Ripple XRP, we are going to be taking a look at Elon Musk's plan for X and how it will be becoming an everything app with a payment system. We are also going to be taking a look at the Brics Alliance and how they'll be shifting away from the use of the dollar as a payment currency, and they are actually acquiring gold. We have some other bits and pieces as well in terms of the tokenization on the XRP ledger, and we will be having a look at the price action for both XRP and XLM coin today. So all I ask from you are two things, which is to smash that like button and to subscribe to the channel as well. So we have over here the main topic, which is Elon Musk's plan in relation to X. And so we know now that it is going to be an everything app, and what he means in that is in terms of the peer-to-peer payments. So you're going to be able to transfer money to your friends from as little as, for example, $20 to anything as higher than that. And he's definitely trying to grow in this space. I think it's big ambitions, and he already has roughly around about 15 money transmitter licenses in different states in the US. So let's take a look at this interview that we have with him.
When you look at the future of X, you've talked about X being kind of an everything company. What does that actually look like?
Just mean all the things that you would want to use online. China has WeChat, which is you kind of live on your WeChat in China, So you buy things on WeChat, you post, if text, but audio, video to various feeds. Payments. It's sort of like everything. So I want to try to have an app that at least allows you to do everything on X. You don't have to, but if you want to, you can.
So, I mean,
think of what PayPal should have been, basically.
Now, currently, in terms of the information, we don't know yet how the payments will work, and we don't know when this will be officially launched. But this is what we're going to be seeing happening in the future, and I think that it should be successful. So the question remains as to which technology that they'll be using. Of course, there has been speculation in terms of the fact that they could be using Stellar's technology, because we know that Elon Musk and Jed McCaleb already have a connection, and so there may be a possible partnership from there, but it could also be using Ripple's technology as well. There are a lot of choices out there, but we know that Elon Musk is a very big fan of crypto, and so when it comes to this money transfers, it only makes sense that we should be using cryptocurrency. Over here, we have the Brics Alliance update. So we know that Brics Alliance has been acquiring gold in 2023 at a rapid rate in an effort to shift global demand away from the US dollar. So instead of using gold as a currency, the alliance is using it as the basis for international exchange, similar to the dollar. And we know that these countries are going to be Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa, but other countries are also going to be joining the Brics Alliance as well. So it is an effective way to maintain local currency strength while redirecting global activity away from the US dollar reliance. But currently, I believe that Brics Alliance are trying to look into other local currencies that they could be using. But of course, all of these different countries have to be agreeing on that one currency. And the alliance is not relying on gold as an actual trade currency or the basis for its native currency, but rather using different investment vehicles that are denominated in gold. And this replaces many financial vehicles that were previously denominated in the US dollar. As some BRICS countries are unable to operate in dollars due to sanctions, gold has emerged as a potential supplement, and so this is the loophole that they have been able to get in. Additionally, other countries around the world are also acquiring gold to ensure they have a seat at the table to do business with the BRICS nations. This may ultimately create a landscape that has not been present globally since 1944. So we know that the tensions have risen for quite some time now, and that the BRICS Alliance are very serious about this, and they have been in many talks over the past year in 2023, and I think that they are only growing in terms of adding other countries as well. And so we're definitely going to be seeing the reduction in the US dollar for trade. It's definitely going to hit the US dollar and weaken it, especially when it comes to the trade, for example, with oil. And also if Saudi Arabia joined this alliance as well. So we'll have to see the developments from that. From Eleanor Terra, she talks about the New York Department for Financial Services. And basically what happened is that they actually removed XRP from their green list in terms of cryptocurrencies after the lawsuit concluded that XRP was in and of itself not security. So she says over here in response to Austin Campbell that she thinks it is an unofficial position of the NYDFS, but it would be interesting to know exactly what the criteria is for being a green listed token, because we still don't know yet as to why XRP was removed off from that green list. Prior to the new guidance, tokens were listed based on whether NYDF's licensees listed them. As Austin says, it was certainly time for an update. True XRP is one of the only tokens with some kind of regulatory clarity that even ETH technically doesn't have. So the criteria here can't just be being a non-security. And the response from Austin is pretty long. And apparently it says that XRP and ETC were custody only and not even on the original exchange listing green list. And that he is confident that the exclusion of XRP has nothing to do with the court proceedings or the SEC. But it was purged from the list after a lot of discussion about unequal treatment of tokens overall and the lack of comprehensive review for the list. I mean, the only people that should actually know this are maybe insiders, but also the NYDFS. So we still don't have a statement from them to know as to why they actually took them from that green list. So we're going to have to wait until they respond to that FOI request. Gemini Exchange, they've just come out with this update saying that they're excited to list XRP and GUSD as a perpetual contract on Gemini Foundation, and users in 30 countries can now leverage their crypto to manage risk, generate returns, and gain directional exposure. And so these are the contracts that do not expire. We're going to take a look at this video about the tokenization on the XRPL, and it's about to grow significantly in terms of the scope.
Yeah, thank you very much for having us here, having me here. Super excited to talk about this probably more or most popular topic in crypto this year. And look, so how am I involved with tokenization? I oversee basically with RippleX our contributions to the XRP Ledger, which is an open source blockchain. And tokenization of real world assets has been definitely one of the key areas for us in terms of building more native primitives to allow for compliant institutional grade tokenization, signing partnerships around this. And so, we're seeing a lot of stable coins, obviously, already as a form of financial instrument represented on the XRP Ledger, and are also seeing a couple of projects around real estate, carbon markets, and now we're really expecting to see this to grow vastly in terms of scope, debt assets, securities, private equity, and so forth. And I would say, in terms of a year ago and now, the big difference is, it felt like engaging particularly with TradFi in the beginning, maybe more than a year ago, was mostly about ticking an innovation box and running through some theoretical pilots, and now the conversations are really becoming real and tangible and executable. And so, I would say it's fair to say that there's a lot that's going to be happening in terms of blockchain technology, blockchain related companies and TradFi working together to really move the needle.
And David Schwartz has also covered this topic as well about the XRP ledger, and he actually said that he thinks that the tokenization of real world assets and mainly real estate and commodities is going to be driving the blockchain economy significantly. And he also foresees tokenized real world assets on the XRPL enhancing collateralized loans, improving interoperability, and attracting institutional adoption as well. And of course, with interoperability, that is a big factor that should be able to drive that mainstream adoption too. From Bitcoin news, we have the Bitcoin halving. This is the reminder, and it's expected to occur on April the 20th at the block height of 840,000, and the block reward will be halved from 6.15 Bitcoin to 3.125 Bitcoin. So this is another catalyst, a big one that we've got for the cryptocurrency space, and it will definitely be interesting to see the run up to the price action for Bitcoin as well and where it will go. And so we only have a couple of months left now until that happens. Before we have a look at the price action for today, we have over here from the KobeSC letter, we are just a few days away from the first Fed meeting of 2024, so it's going to be crucial times. And while we expect no change to rates this week, all eyes are on the March 2024 meeting. After rising as high as 90%, the odds of an interest rate cuts beginning in March are down to 37% according to Kalshi. However, the base case is still showing 6 rate cuts in 2024, which is double the latest Fed guidance. And since the last Fed meeting, we saw the first jump in CPI inflation since September 2023. Wednesday's Fed meeting sets the tone for 2024. So we know that the rates were actually left unchanged in November and also in December as well. This Fed meeting for this month will definitely be important. Some people actually are expecting Fed rate cuts to be happening as late or as early as May, whichever way you kind of perceive it. It's obviously going to be a big one in terms of the numbers, whether they reduce it or leave it unchanged. XRP coin, we are currently trading at 0.5309. We are up by 1.57% on the one-day chart. We are in the green. For the volume, we are down by 20.18%, and we are trading at 700 7,000. So in the earlier hours in the morning of today, we actually were trading 0.05302, so just at 53 cents. On the 7-day chart, we are down by 3.2%. We are making a nice recovery though this week. Yes, we've fallen off over here to this massive dip to 0.04981. So we did go from that 55-cent level to 49 cents. We lost roughly around about 5 to 6 cents, but we've come back now, slightly recovering, doing much better as well. We have finally hit the 53-cent mark too. I did want to see XRP coin go to the 53 to 55 cent range. On the 1 month chart, we are down by 16.41%. So this is where we went to on that massive dip on the 23rd, but we are up now by 3 cents. Let's see if we can get to 55 cents and make sure that XRP coin is able to hold there too. So we'll have a look at Stellar XLM coin, and we're trading at 0.116. We are up by 0.5% on the 1-day chart. For the week, we are up by 1.6%. But with Stellar XLM coin on the 21st of January, we were at 0.116. We took that dip all the way to 0.108. Not too bad because we were just under the 11-cent level, but it's pretty much mirroring what XRP is doing and recovering ever so slightly. On the 1 month chart, we've taken a hit. We are down by 13%. I mean, in the earlier days of the month, we were at 13 cents. So yes, we are down by just under 2 cents, but still we are performing pretty nicely. I want to see Stellar XLM coin be able to maintain within this mid-range of 0.115. And let's see if it can do that in the next couple of days. Guys, if you want daily Ripple, XRP and Stellar XLM coin news, subscribe to the channel and like the video as well.